Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this morning with Logan and one of his trainers, Rich. And what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Logan's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the correction and the motivations that we give him when we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction, and the only corrections that we give here at school are a tug and let go on his training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Logan's going to come home with his very own training collar, and you'll be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now, as we go through this video, I'm going to point out some of his weak points so that you know when you're working with him at home what they are. Right now, Logan is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. The command is Logan heel, and at this point you step off to walk, and his job is to remain even with your left leg, not forging ahead or lagging behind, but staying with you. If this requires a little motivation, that's fine. But when you stop your feet, he sits automatically without being told to wait for his next command. Now, we've had Logan out on the street, over to the garden center, strangers approaching him, and as long as he feels as though he has a leader, then he's fine. He will let people walk up, pet him. He's not nervous or afraid, but you have to be the leader of the pack with him because he's very soft. Now, the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the stay. The stay is a firm command, and it is a hand and a voice. He has a little problem with this command because he wants to be with you so badly. He doesn't want you to walk away from him, so we're trying to lengthen out our distance with him so you know when you're practicing at home what to be working on. When Rich returns back to him, he will walk all the way around him as an additional distraction and walk all the way back around to heel position. He gives them a big pat for praise, and then they take off heeling again. Logan can be a little passive aggressive in that if he decides that he doesn't want to hold a sit stay, he'll lay down. He's kind of just lazy and would rather be laying down than sitting, and would rather you be standing next to him rather than leaving him. Rich will show you that stay command again. And now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the recall, or the come on command. You use his name, you lighten your tone of voice, and he should come right in front of you and sit facing your knees. And Richard gives him a lot of praise for that, and he goes back to heel. Good job, buddy. Rich is going to heel him out of that, and we'll demonstrate that recall exercise again for you. It's so easy with this guy to want to spoil him because he is so soft and so sweet. And then he takes advantage of you. So he does need you to be just a little bit tougher with him. And see how Rich is lengthening out the distance on those stays. He calls him in. Logan comes right in front and sits facing his knees. And then he goes back to heel position and back sitting. He also does it in Logan time, if you notice. He's not actually military in his execution. And these big labs are like that. All the larger breeds can be a little bit slower in their execution of their commands. Now, the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate is your down from a heel position. So with Logan seated at your left, you use your left open palm straight down toward the ground and the one-word command to down, which is kind of Logan's favorite position. Your long down stay, practice right in your house. You can go outside to practice it, of course, but you can also practice it right in your living room. You want to lengthen out your distance and your time. When Rich returns back to him, he will walk all the way around him, just as he did on the sit stay, returning back to heel. Praises him for a good job, and they're going to demonstrate that down from a heel position one more time. And you see Logan's tail is wagging. I mean, he's not intimidated by us or afraid of us or nothing like that. He just is a big guy that wants his own way, and a lot of times with that sweet personality it's easy to give in to him. This time Rich is going to call him out of that down. Comes right in front. If he didn't sit, you heard Rich say sit and give a little tug on his training collar, and then back to heel and back sitting. Very good. And the last exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is his down from a distance. Now, for whatever reason, because he doesn't like you to leave him in a sit-stay, this has been a harder exercise. Stay. And he also anticipates. So make him do what you told him to do, not what he feels like doing. And that's your down from a distance. Use your right hand on that distance command. Now, we're very proud of Logan, and he has demonstrated for you very well the heel, the automatic sit, the stay, the down from a distance, and the come. These are the exercises that you're going to be using with him, not only in your home, but on the street. And when he's encountering things that make him nervous, use your commands, take the lead. We have so enjoyed having him. He's a great guy. And thank you again for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.